Hi guys, Wizix here. I am happy to finally share with you my highly requested Maya preferences. Custom icon shelf, color theme, hotkeys, scripts, and even remove the Maya 2013 logo. I will show you how to turn your Maya from this to this. Before to start, I invite you to take a look at the Wizix store. You will find a lot of useful scripts to improve Maya and your workflow. And join my Discord to share your works, get feedbacks, and help. Well, at first, if it's not already done, you have to download the pack on the Wizix store with the link in the description. We will first install the preference that should be possible to import only specific element, like color or only hotkey, to add to your existing one, but I really advise you to install everything from scratch for better benefits and as it's designed for. Okay, so first, be sure Maya is closed and access your preference folder where are located the Maya preferences. Okay, so I go inside. The folder with the Maya version number is where are located all your user preferences. Okay, so it's this folder we will modify. As I said you, it's better to install this one from scratches to avoid any conflict or anything. You can bake if you want to save your own preference, just simply by rename this folder. You can rename, like, for example, Wizix or Backup, anything like that. This way, it will be invisible by Maya. So if you open Maya now, it will create a new one from scratches. Or you just have to go here and just put the custom one. And it's simply than that. What I will also do is to grab the Maya desktop icon and put them here, for example. I will grab the path. This is for the application icon you can custom. So right click. So yes, it's in French, but I'm pretty sure you know how to deal with that. Just change icon. And now you can put this icon, which is better. I will right click and add this to the taskbar. And now I have my Maya here. It's okay, we can close that. And yes, we can launch Maya. When you open Maya, you should have something like that. Here, you can see at the beginning of the shelf, there are missing icon. It's normal. It's because icon patch is not relative. Okay, so you will have to manually look at them. It's not really complicated. You should go to the preference folder in pref icon Wizix. Okay, icon are here. So you just copy the path. You come here, right click, edit, go to shelf. And here you just look at the name of the icon. Go to folder. So this one is in separate icon. Okay. And do this for all the other. Just have to pass. This one is this one. Okay. And okay. And now that should work. Now you have all my preference set to your Maya. But there is one last thing. If I open the hypershade, I will wait a bit. Okay. For example, I created Arnold shader. I will select one. Okay. So there is something you may have noticed with the new Maya 2013. It's that they change the branding logo. Okay. The problem is that also affect inside the UI. As you can see, there is now this new Maya logo on each Windows. Okay, and even on when you create an Arnold shader, you know. So to fix that, you have to close Maya. Okay, go back to the WizX pack folder, change icon folder. Here you have the image folder. You can go inside. With image I did for you, but of course you can create your own. Okay. Important things is to be careful to respect the name. Okay. So for Arnold Swatch, for example, it's this one. Be sure to be in PNG and to have this name. For Maya is this one, but if you want to use the gray, you just have to rename the right one. So before you have a little text file with the patch where you have to drag and drop those icons. Okay. So it's in your Maya install. Okay, so of course you adapt on my Maya, and in icon here I will drag this one and this one. This one is not needed, but I just drag here, replaced. Okay, and same thing for Arnold. This one I go to the Arnold Maya icon folder and I can paste here. Perfect. Now when I open Maya again, you will have your custom splash screen, sorry, where I remove the Maya logo here. Okay, and now as you can see, all the windows have the right Maya icon, and even on the hyper shade, if I create now Arnold shader, you can see we have this better thumbnail. So of course it's not interactive. We will see that. So of course it's not interactive. It just to replace the default image. Okay. If I change the color, that will not. So the little tricks, if you want to have this swatch to work with interactive based on the modification on your shader, you have to go to your Arnold setting, into System, Maya, and enable Swatch Render. So just do that, and you can double click here. That will now render your swatches. But by default is not. It's why I create this icon. But if you select it and refresh, yes, that will refresh. Well, now I will explain you a bit my Maya, how it works and why it's designed this way. The first things you can see is I remove unnecessary windows to have something light and clear. I also like to hide this. Okay. First things, I remove the toolbox because I don't find it necessary. And there is this icon here. So yes, the most useful things are the tool setting option. But for that, let's create a sphere. Okay. For that, in fact, I don't use this. I use, of course, for switching. I switch, you know, this way. You know, when you hit the key for the move tool, for example, so W, you will have object, world, axis, and everything is here. And it's quicker to switch this way. Same thing, if you want option, you just go here and you find the option for the tool, and it's the same for every tool. So don't need that. Of course, you switch with a space and you know this kind of things. Yes, let's keep this sphere. Here. Also, I hide the shelf tab. You can, with this little icon, you can go back to all the default tab and the WYSIX one, so you can rename it, of course, but I add this because everything is here. The first one, access to the create separator tool, if you need to add one and organize a bit your. So in blue, it's some utility things, let's say. For example, if I create a sphere, okay, with history, the first one is delete history. If you wait a bit on each icon, you will have a little description that will help you. So delete history, so pretty, you use that often in Maya, of course, but if you right click, you will have the delete all history, which is even more useful, of course. Delete history, delete all. Here it's simply the freeze transform, nothing more, so you know that. This one is optimized. You know, it's a shortcut for optimized scene. You maybe have to check and verify here. You know that clean the scene, the transform, the unused shader and things like that will be clean, so that clean a bit the scene. Before to use that, be well aware about how this works, because that can destroy things in your scene. What is it? Yes, center pivot, of course. Center pivot, just here. So yes, I have a shortcut for center pivot, but why I have all this icon? Because they are useful, but sometimes what I did when I'm working and my scene start to be a bit heavy, or you know, I can, for example, select all things. I center pivot, I freeze transform, I delete all history, and I can optimize the scene. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 click to clean everything in Maya. It's pretty quick and useful. So here, when you have this little arrow on the bottom, that means you have option, like for here. I add you two useful scripts. If you right click, you have center pivot to base. That will center the pivot at the base of your object. And the other one is center pivot based and grid. Same thing, will center the pivot at the base of your object and at the origin. And yes, it's something we can use a lot. That works only on 1x1 object, so don't use it on multiple objects at once. Then we have what we have. A cube. Yes. Here is just a simple B to A. Click B to A. Okay, I use this a lot. This one is pretty useful. It's also a script I grab you. It's not a tool in Maya. It's for, how to say, you know, for example, I have a cube, and if I freeze transform, I lose, okay, my face orientation. You know that. It's really problematic. So what the script do, it's align, then bake your pivot in object mode to the normal of the face you selected. Okay, so let's select this face. It's not like, you know, when you have this this tool in Maya, you can set your pivot here, and now it's working. Problem with that, if when you go back to object mode, yes, that don't work in object mode. Okay, in fact, it's only in component. If you go back to object mode, you see you still have the same problem. So that don't bake. In fact, this tool will align, but also baked. So now it's really the transform of your object, which is based on the face you choose. So it's pretty powerful for that. Then in arrange all the modeling tool. So here some primitive creation. There is some little arrow for cylinder. You can choose the subdivision you want to start with. And for the plane, it's really useful. So just right click and little bug here. I will fix that, and you will have what you expected. So yes, here it's not just shortcut, it's also designed, sometimes improve, like for the extract. In fact, it's not only the extract one. I will open the outliner. It's O on the keyboard. You know, if I go here and I extract here with Maya, where is that? I never use this, so yeah, here. I think you have this history, which is boring, and this, which is boring too. So here you just extract, and it automatically creates an extraction for you with a clean history here, and no offset, no pop-up, nothing. Your extract, and boom. Okay. Here it's just the simple shortcut for circleize tool and smooth tool, so nothing more than a shortcut, the same than by default. Same here, it's for normal angle, so I use it a lot, harden, soften, inverse normal, and here you set. So nothing more here. The skull tool, the same, nothing more. The blend shape for the skull tool, lattice, deformer, the same, so nothing more here. Same here, UV editor, the planar option because I use it often, and this is for show all and hide all, show all. Okay, from the scene. Directional light, area, sky dome, nothing more. Okay. This one is a bit more interesting. You know, when you want to assign a shader in Maya, Arnold shader, of course, you have to right click, assign new material. It's not here. You have to go to new material, to Arnold, to right click, add to favorite. Then yes, you can favorite, create here. But anyway, you just select, you click here, and you have a new AI standard material assigned to your object. That don't only assign, if your attribute editor is open, that will assign unselected your object and open you the attribute here. So this way you just have to go and to rocks. Okay, create a new one, ready, boom. Okay, so now let's talk about my shortcut. I create you an image, okay, with all my shortcut, only the shortcut that are different than the default one. I'm French and I'm working on an AZERTY keyboard, so it's different than a QWERTY. So it's why here you see you should be reconfigured for the QWERTY, because for me it's at this position, but it's not the same symbol, and I can't do it for you because I don't have the QWERTY keyboard, and I'm not sure that will work. So yes, you have to reconfigure this orange one to work correctly. Shift O will open the Hotkey Editor. Be sure you should be set to WYSIWYG hotkey. With O you have the outliner, because I like to keep my space free. What we have? So O in green, outliner. Yes, this one. Real full screen mode. With Shift F11 and F11 to exit. What is that? You don't have a real full screen force mode in Maya, so I add it for you. Just hit F11 and you see you will have a real full screen mode here. Yes, which is pretty cool. And Shift F11 to go out and maximize. So this is a useful little script I made. Then this 3.1 also our little script. Object mode, what is that? If you are here and you're modeling, you can exit object mode this way, but I like to do it with the keyboard, and I just hit the 1 on my keyboard to exit, nothing more. So if you want to access this, you go to here to custom script, and you have so the full screen if you want to change, and for this one you have to change also here. Okay. Then now what is can pop up? Yep. So here I'm on the perspective camera, but when you render you have other camera. Yes, of course. And when you want to switch to camera, you have to go here. Okay. Here, look how I switch from one to another. I hit, so for me the 3 button here. When you hit and you click on the viewport, you will have a list pop up of all the camera. Then you choose the camera you want and you switch in. And it can be pretty fast to change the camera. You can of course create other camera and you will have the list to change from one to another. I really like this one. When you set, be careful because there is pop camera press and release. You know, when you set the release, you should set on the same key, but here you have to go here and on released, because in order that works correctly. The other one is shader attribute. It's a little one I did. Same than this. Okay. When you are here, when you want to access quickly to the shader, you know, in Maya, if you have an history, okay, you come here and on the shader it's pretty boring. So what I did, and when you are here, I hit 4 on the keyboard, and that will do the same. Then here automatically isolate and show you your shader in Attribute Editor, and selected your object to better feedback without wireframe, and you can edit here. So it's a quick shader attribute access. Okay, and after that, you know it's modeling tool. What we have, merge, okay. This one could be great with the A, Shift A and Control A. What is that? When you double click, you can do an edge loop, but if you want to be quick and fast, I just use A key to convert to edge loop. This way, I like to create fast edge loop this way with A. Okay, then with Shift A, I convert to border, and double click, Control A to fill all. With S key, you have the multi-cut. Then with Control, you have the loop multi-cut. You know that. Yes, on S key, I create that. You can come here, extrude. Here, Shift A, B, bevel. You see, you can be pretty fast. Here, A to selected, B. Same thing here. You can do. Here I can't select by double click the loop, so it's why I prefer to do this. Shift A to have the loop, B for beveling. Okay. In fact, it's when you rock, it's pretty fast, and it's why I designed this. Here, same problem. You see, you often have when you don't work with a quad. I can double click. Oh, that works. Okay, sorry. I think that will not work. But let's say we have something dirty. Yes. Okay, so in some case you don't have quad wrong. And when I double click, that don't work. It's why I prefer to shift A to have this and bevel anyway. I use it all the time. Also, you have noticed it's not the pop-up for the bevel because I don't like that. You know, I never use this shit here because you have to come here, double click, come here, bevel. Okay, what I want. Interesting. Oh, I'm so fast. And here I go. No, come on. Don't do that. You just come here, A, B, switch what I want, and you go out, and you have to be fast. So just select, and it's B. B for bevel. It's more logical for me than B for soft. I don't know. And you have the fast bevel here, which means you see here you have your bevel offset. With Control you can slow down, and with Shift you can use Shift middle mouse button to select your subdivision, or you can right click and switch to segment mode as you want here. And it's pretty fast. Okay, it's why I design my hotkeys this way. Then you have the Shift C for connected, and yes, after merge, extrude, multicut, grip. I change the grid, vertex snap, and the soft selection is now N. But it's not a thing that I use with N that works. Yes, and yes. H, hide, or show, Shift H. And it's pretty all, but yes, some useful scripts that will help you. Okay, it's all. I really hope you will enjoy this pack, and I count on you to give me feedback on the Discord, and also if you have idea, suggestion on things to improve Maya workflow, give me a video, screenshot, image to explain me what tool you think would be great, what idea would be great. Okay, try to be really precise when you explain me that. Send me on the Discord, and if there is great idea, I will take a look and try to do it. Okay, see you, bye bye.